I want to get to the poisoning of that Russian ex-spy in Britain. Russia now blames the Brits for the attack. Well, joining us is Sir Kim Darroch. He's Britain's ambassador to the United States, and he's sitting next to me. Mr. Ambassador, welcome to the programme.
Thank you very much, and Stuart, it's great to hear another British accent on this iconic business programme. Congratulations.
Will you ever forgive
You're doing well
me?
over here.
Wait a minute. Will you ever forgive me for becoming an American citizen?
Well, you've kept the accent, so, you know, there's a bit of Brit still about you.
Barely, OK. Now, the Russians say you did it, the Brits did it, Secret Service did it. Your answer, please.
The nerve agent that was used, Novichok, was only made by the Russians back in the 80s, and it's a military-grade agent. They have a track record of using nerve agents, and they have a track record of state-sponsored assassinations. We know they did it, and 25 other countries have joined us in expelling Russian diplomats. So I think, you know, world opinion knows they did it too.
America came through with a very strong response. 60 Russian diplomats expelled, closure of the Seattle consulate. That was a strong response to back up Prime Minister May. Do you think that opens up a few doors to a bilateral trade agreement, US-UK?
First, let me say we enormously appreciated the President's strong response, which was decisive and which I think also helped other countries take the decision to expel Russian diplomats. So that was a terrific piece of solidarity from President Trump. On a bilateral trade agreement, I think we will get a bilateral trade agreement. Prime Minister has just met her fellow European leaders and got a deal which allows us to start negotiating a bilateral trade agreement the moment we leave the EU in March 2019. We are big trading partners, 200 billion worth of trade between the two of us.
What do you say? The European Union has agreed that the Brits will be OK with a bilateral agreement with America.
As long as we are in the European Union, we are tied to the European Common External Tariff and to the European Union doing trade deals. We leave in March 2019, and we will start negotiating our bilateral trade deal, I would guess, by by a couple of months after that. But we are already working with this administration on preparations for that process and other things we can do immediately to improve trade relations. So it's a great prospect.
I've been in America for 40 years, and I've lived through several iterations of the special relationship between the United States and Britain. And I suspect that this current activity surrounding the Russia and the nerve agent will rekindle that idea of a special relationship. However, I'm told that in Britain, President Trump is wildly unpopular. Is that the basis for a special relationship?
Well, I don't think that's the case. And just to set out the facts, first of all, Prime Minister and the President have a really strong relationship. I think they've talked 3 times in the last couple of weeks. They talk every few weeks. Whenever they are at the same international meeting, they meet each other, and they talk honestly and frankly with each other. And as I say, the President has just shown great solidarity with the UK, much appreciated with the UK. More generally, this is still a tremendously deep and broad relationship. In the security, intelligence and defence field, we're always with America in Afghanistan, in Syria, in Iraq. There's a huge amount of trade goes on. We are the biggest foreign investor in the United States. The United States is the biggest foreign investor in the UK. Huge amount of culture, millions of visitors.
Can President Trump go on a state visit to Britain
President Trump will
dine with the Queen?
President Trump will come on a state visit to Britain. The invitation is on the table. The only question is when he would like to make that visit. He may well make a working visit to the UK first, but we look forward to seeing him, whether on a working visit or a state visit in the UK soon.
I called my brother the other day, who lives in England, and he has the same last name as me. And as soon as he heard my voice, he said, "Stuart, what the devil are you doing over there? You support Trump? What the hell's going on?" he said. I took that as a sign that our president is not popular in Britain. But you say he's OK?
I think he's OK. I think he's fine. I think we greatly appreciate the leadership that he's shown on the Russia issue. And I think the relationship is in great shape and will only get stronger.
Mr. Ambassador, it was a pleasure, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right.